school is special because of the people that are in it. It's the kids who are just multi-talented, academics, music, athletics, but they're just fun kids. They want to engage with us. And of course, the staff. The staff are the kind of people that are here because they're child-centered. They want to be around kids. They love the kids. I often tell people, this isn't just for me a job. It's not even a career. It's a passion. I love the work that we do, making meaningful changes for kids, helping them discover the talents that they all have. They just have to have the platform to find them and show them off. And so that's what we do here, better than anything else, helping kids discover who they are and putting them on a platform to showcase those talents.
All the activities we have and the student involvement and just the relationship with the teachers. I don't know, I feel like it's more than just we come to school and learn. It's we actually have a friendship with them sort of.
Oh, so like Lindsay said, I was about to say that students here are so involved in many stuff, like sports, clubs. I was shocked when I first got here. There's a lot of students that want to get involved on every single thing, which makes me want to do it too.
Yeah, like Lindsay and Jameson said, I feel like we're kind of like a family, and there's so many kids that just want to be involved, and it makes everyone else want to be involved too.
So I think that relationships are the most important part of any school community. I think building relationships is the building block, the foundation. And so if you have good relationships with staff, good relationships with students, with parents, I think that it creates an environment where people aren't afraid to try, and children aren't afraid to try things, and they're not as afraid of failure. I think it takes some of the stigma off of failure because they know that everybody's in it together and they care about each other, and everybody has a seat at the table. And I think that it just makes it just makes learning more fun, and it allows people to feel like they can invest more. So the culture of Western Branch is that we are very open and accepting of everyone. We welcome everybody. We want everybody to feel connected. And I'm a student activities director. We have over 30 clubs for kids to get connected, which is a lot for a middle school.
Students want to, academics is very important to students, but they want to know that staff members care about them, and they know that they are being cared for, and that our staff members are really loving on them, and that they're interested in knowing, what was your morning like, what was your night like? I noticed that things were a little off this morning when you came in. Tell me more about what happened. The fact that, as Jody mentioned, the fact that student voice is so important is we are inclusive of our student voice, and that we're recognizing that all students have a voice, and that we want to hear from everyone, not just a select group of students, but every student has a voice. We don't want anyone to feel like they're being looked over or ignored or silenced. All those things, when you are recognizing the multiple pieces from the community to the family, creating a family atmosphere, the relationships, the student voice, when you pull all those together and you're making sure that the students are being cared for on a social and emotional level, the students are going to want to put forth that effort to learn. to be really honest with you, you can't, if one is missing, then that child is going to struggle, you know, or they're not going to be willing to put forth the effort to learn.
And also, you know, with bringing that sense of community is the student voice in the school, and really giving our kids the opportunity to be heard. And we do that through town hall meetings, where students get to tell us what they feel about a certain situation. The last one we did was very recently, and in that town hall meeting, we asked them, hey, what do you want the theme of our formal dance to be? So they really are able to give us feedback about what they want. And we also have student advisory committee meetings, and those allow us to have a sense of community too. And through those student advisory committee meetings, any student that wants to come can come and be a part of those conversations. And we ask specific questions on feedback that we want to get, because we want to make the school better for them. This is their place, this is their home, and we want them to feel that. And we also want them to know that they have the opportunity to really make a difference in their school.
So equity is not something we do for a particular week, or we don't have equity month. This is equity is embedded in every decision every day. And so, you know, I think a lot of schools are struggling right now with how do we get more proportionality of all students in advanced classes. You know, when I think about our children's education, it's not just, I don't just care about them going from 6th grade to 7th grade or 7th to 8th. I'm thinking, how do we promote these kids so that they have more choices in their life post middle school? So if we want kids to have options in high school, such as going to college, we know them getting their foot in the door with AP classes and honors classes is really the way to go. But if a child has never had an advanced class in middle school, it's very unlikely they're going to start in high school. It's too intimidating. So I really believe strongly that we have to open those doors of honors and advanced classes here in middle school.
My counselors and I have a very active role in that, in placing students in classes. Just naturally, by the nature of the job that we do, we put students in classes. But we're also a part of like the team that decides when kids should move from a regular class to an honors class. And yes, Dr. Gashaba has been very instrumental in making sure that we take a look at those kids, and maybe kids who may have been overlooked before. And sometimes, you know, it could have even been a child who was overlooked because of maybe behavior issues or things like that. And so maybe they did not get recommended before, but they have the grades, or they have the ability, or we see something, and so we will try them. I love the fact that we will try a child in one honors class to see how they do, and then if they do well, we bump it up and do 2 honors classes, and then, you know, tell them. I was just talking to a student a couple days ago, as a matter of fact, that I told her we tried her in 1 honors class this year, and she wanted to know how many honors classes was she going to get for next year.
And our teachers even jumped on board at the beginning of the year, noticing some kids, and because of the pandemic, there's some kids we just didn't know. You know, they were behind a black screen at home, but now they're here at school and they're like, this kid should really be in honors. And like, there was one young man in 8th grade they did this with, and he was like, do y'all think I could do honors? And they're like, yeah. And he was so pumped. Like, he walked up to me yesterday, Clifford, I got a 94. I got a 94 on my math test. I was like, no way. So they didn't know they had the ability, but some people saw it, and or a parent said, hey, I want it, or, you know, sometimes you don't know until you have the kid in front of you, and these teachers have jumped on this and said, you know what, we need to make sure we provide them access. It's been a little tricky, I think, with some of the scheduling, because our classes started to get a little tight, but, you know, we want to give them a chance, so.
Our teachers have like a certain like bond with their students, I feel like, and they really care about their students, so that it's not like they base it, like they care about our education and they really help us in that, but they also help us in like personal life and like talking with us in certain things, and like asking like questions like how was your day, or how are you doing, like different things like that. And I think like that's what makes our school like really special.
thing that really stands out to me is the student voice that's here. It took some time to create that, and it took time, it took relationships, it took trust. And so, through a variety of ways we do this. Our town hall meetings where we're asking kids for input on different issues, our office on wheels activities that we do, certainly all the advisory groups. I think the word has gotten out that when kids share their feelings, we're gonna respond. And it's not, student voice doesn't mean that students are making decisions. They're giving us input so that we can be innovative with the way that we reach them.
I don't know, it's just, I don't know how to explain how I feel about Western Branch, but it's like it's all good things. Like there's so many nice teachers, and like all the students are really nice, and everyone just has like, they're just happy when they come to Western Branch.